Hi there, Nikki Butler here, skin and scar specialist. Now I am technically on leave, but for any of you that know me, you'll know I find it quite difficult to wind down. So I'm doing it slowly. I'm allowing myself some time to record this video for you today. And the reason I'm recording this video is that I've had some really funny conversations recently with both friends and family and other people within the industry asking me why I share the downsides or the risks of some of the treatments that I offer. And I guess that's a pretty good question because a lot of people don't. And I did my first ever skin qualification when I was still in corporate. So I left corporate when I was 36 and I'm 48 this year. But in my kind of early mid 30s, I was at the height of a corporate career. My skin was awful. I literally felt like I was aging overnight. And I was going to see my local beauty therapist. I was reading magazines. I was buying all the products. I was trying all the right treatments. And actually nothing was making any difference at all, other than making a huge dent in my bank balance. But it also, in terms of my confidence, made me feel like there must have been something wrong with me because everybody else was getting these amazing results and I wasn't. And so what actually led me to do my first skin qualification was desperation out of not getting the answers I wanted or the results I wanted when I was seeking out professional advice and reading the advice in the media, which I now don't take much notice of. But that's when I did my first qualification. So when I entered this industry almost a decade ago, I made a promise to myself that I would always act with integrity and I would always share information honestly and fairly so that you felt like you could make an informed decision. And I came from a place of having been somebody that had been really desperate to try and sort their skin out. I was unhappy with how I looked but I was spending so much money on products and treatments that weren't working. And I just didn't want to contribute to the industry and do to other people what had been my experience. So that's why I share as much information as I do. And I've not been perfect over the course of, the last few years because I've done so much research, so much studying. It wasn't really until I did my nutritional therapy qualifications around 10 years ago that the penny started to drop for me. So I started to understand why my skin hadn't been great in my early and mid 30s during my corporate career. I understood the impact of nutrition, of lifestyle, of stress, of sleep, for example, and that how your skin is the largest organ of your body and it's actually completely unique to you. So of course, all the promises of products and treatments were never going to work because if you don't look after your skin as the incredible organ that it is, you just can't see the results. It's very much an inside out and outside in approach. And of course, products and treatments have their role to play, but they are not the secret to your best possible skin. I like to describe treatments and products as the icing and the cherry on top of a very well baked cake, if you like an analogy. That's my favourite one. And that's where I come at it from. And, part of the reason that I share the information around risks with treatments or things to consider is because I want you to know the truth. I want you to know what's going to work, what's not going to work. I want you to know what else you can do alongside products and treatments that are going to give you the best possible results. And also to understand that products and treatments alone are not your answer. But actually, part of the reason for this video is being interviewed. I've been interviewed by a couple of journalists recently, but one in particular really, really hit home with me. And that's the rising trend in these big energy treatments, big collagen boosting treatments in the younger generation, like in kind of early 20s, for treatments like HIFU or radiofrequency, where they are boosting collagen at depth and they are introducing heat into the skin. And that really worries me because when you introduce heat into the skin, what you can do, if you heat the skin at a certain depth to a certain temperature, you run the risk of destroying fat pads, so fat volume within the skin. Now, you might think that that is a good thing, but it's not. So it is if we're aging, and what happens as we age is So we have natural fat pads within our skin, so all over our face, and we have a subcutaneous fat layer within the skin. We all have that. As we start to age, if you think about when you're younger, we tend to have like these heart-shaped faces, and we have the volume sits more kind of in this area, so it's more heart-shaped. As we get older and gravity takes a hold and the whole fascia starts to move, and the volume that we have in this area starts to kind of come down into this area, and that's why for many women that kind of jowls, I say they get heavy jowls, or the turkey neck is a really common phrase. And so these really powerful heat treatments like HIFU and radiofrequency can be really great if they do heat the skin and destroy those fat cells, because you're helping to get rid of that excess volume. Now the key to that phrase is excess. But if you're having these treatments where you don't have excess volume, what you're doing is running the risk of breaking down your volume in your face that you want. That's what gives you that lovely fullness, and it's not a good thing to be prematurely breaking that down. If fat cells are destroyed within the skin, that is it. They do not regenerate. And when I heard that this was like a rising trend and more people are having these treatments, and I think with things like HIFU and radiofrequency, people are leaning towards them because they are non-invasive, i.e. they don't break the skin at the surface level, so they feel more comfortable, they feel like a safe option. The fact that they're not breaking the skin or they're not painful doesn't mean they are a safe option. They are incredibly powerful, and every single treatment comes with a risk. I don't care what anybody says, like every treatment in the wrong hands, carried out in the wrong way on a client that it's not suitable for, carries risk. And it's really important to me that you understand this risk. Now, I haven't been perfect through the years with the advice that I've given, that is for sure, and a lot of that has come from, you know, when I've had training, being given misinformation, and it's been over the years of studying from multiple layers, from studying the skin, from studying and really getting to know the technology and treatment and systems that I use. So I only use medical CE grade systems from UK suppliers, from British suppliers. The clinics that the treatments I've typically had in my clinic have been Linton Aesthetics, that are a UK based company, because it's important to me that the safety element is there with your treatments, and the training is really good. But like I said, I haven't always got that right. And so I've done anatomy and physiology qualifications multiple times to keep refreshing my knowledge. I've trained with the best training academies that the UK has. I've done immense amount of online learning into wound healing, collagen production, scar tissue, the role of nutrition, and you know, I'm a qualified nutritional therapist, and lifestyle factors. And it's only been through piecing all of that together and bringing it into clinical practice over the last 7 or 8 years that I've really seen those results and how transformational they are. So that is why I share the information I share. It's not about scaremongering. Somebody said to me, "You're scaring people off having your treatments." That's really not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to share the information that will help you make an informed decision, give you the knowledge and insights to be able to question your practitioner, to make it clear you don't want volume loss, for example, but you want to have tighter, firmer skin, or you want to improve the quality or the texture of your skin. And it helps you to understand which treatments are right for you. And that's really what drove me to set up my Skin Blissology online skin school, which I'm super excited to be able to bring to you. Now, the Skin Blissology courses are by no means prescriptive. So they are not for you if you have really specific needs. You have, let's say, for example, you have hormonal acne or rosacea, significant rosacea. That's not what these courses are for, but they are for you if you want to really understand your skin, understand the aging process and all the multiple factors that play into your skin health. I talk about different products, different treatments, different skincare ingredients, lifestyle factors, health factors, everything that will contribute to what you're seeing when you look in the mirror with your skin. And let me tell you, what you think is contributing to aging is not the full picture. It's not just your skin. And I talked about that a lot in my blog, so you can find that content elsewhere. But it's just really important to me that you can pull in together all of these different factors that affect your skin, and you can make informed decisions that are right for you. In all of my courses, I do also include top tips and questions to ask your practitioners if you're thinking about bespoke skincare or treatment, so you can know that what you're getting is what's going to work for you. And then ultimately what you're doing is you are not wasting your money or your time on things that aren't going to work for you. You are not having treatments without understanding the risk and making an informed decision. That's my way of acting with integrity within this industry. I have always said I love and dislike this industry in equal measure. I love the fact that it has the ability to really boost your confidence, help you feel incredible in your skin. What I don't like about it so much is the fact that it has the ability to be misleading and confusing, and that if you make decisions that don't give you the results you would like, you can either end up with unwanted results and having less confidence in your skin, which is not what I want for you. I hope that helps. I hope you find my blogs and my YouTube videos insightful. If you are interested in the Skin Blissology online courses, stay tuned, keep posted. I'll pop a link below, and if you want to sign up to the newsletter, then you'll be notified as soon as they're launched. I'm literally in the final stages with the legal terms and conditions. And for those of you that might already know, my background is law, so that is something that I'm not going to launch without all of that in place. So those will be with you very shortly. So any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on my socials or comment on this video, and I will see you soon.